Japan is fast becoming a top tourist destination visited by people all over the world. Nearly 30 million tourists come to Japan every year to visit its popular destinations and World Heritage sites. Here's our pick of the 10 best places to visit in Japan. 10. Takayama. Takayama is a gorgeous little town located on the edge of the Japanese Alps. Visiting this town will almost make you feel like you've traveled back into the past because it's filled with historic buildings. The town is famous around Japan for having only the best sake in the country, and it's pretty much impossible to go to any street in this town without coming across a sake bear that dates back hundreds of years. Takayama is home to a lot of traditional festivals, and the culture that we've all come to know and love is extremely well preserved here. Unlike every major city in Japan, Western culture hasn't really made its inroads in this small town, which gives it a unique character, making it feel more authentically Japanese. But the most striking thing about this town is the natural scenery all around it. You could easily confuse it for Switzerland or northern Italy. It's one of the most naturally beautiful places you might ever see in your life. 9. Kamikochi. Kamikochi, a highland river valley encircled by the towering peaks of the northern Japan Alps, is one of Japan's most breathtaking natural landscapes. Easy day treks through serene willow, larch and elm forests are offered along the pristine Azusa Gawa. Kamikochi, the home of Japanese alpinism, serves as the starting point for more difficult journeys up some of the tallest mountains in the nation, including Yari. Take 3,180 m. Private cars are banned from Kamikochi, which lessens the impact of the crowd. 8. Osaka. When it comes to urban experiences, Tokyo doesn't always take home the top honors. Third largest city in Japan, Osaka is the best for street food. Don't miss its distinctive dish, takoyaki, grilled octopus dumplings. Along the canal-side strip Domborai, there is a stunning display of LED lights, dynamic signage, and flashing video screens, creating one of the most striking nighttime scenes in all of Japan. The city, which is the oldest commercial hub in Japan, has its own speed, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. Its unofficial motto is Kuidaiore, eat until you drop. Osaka has been one of Japan's most significant cities throughout much of history, serving as the country's capital. As a result, several of Osaka's notable sites are among the best things to see in the city. The Osaka Castle is Osaka's major attraction. 7. Okinawa and the Southern Islands. The Southwest Islands and Okinawa offer a completely distinct experience from the rest of Japan. Between Kyrgyzstan and Taiwan, this semi-tropical archipelago forms an arch. The Reiki Empire, which they founded before being captured by Japan in the 19th century, was distinct from other Asian nations in every way, right down to the food and architecture. The nicest beaches in Japan may be found here, including those on the Yakayama Islands and the Kurama Islands, which have sugar, white sand dotted with palm trees and turquoise water. Swim, snorkel, or scuba dive while enjoying the sun. 6. Yakushima. Small island Yakushima, which is off the coast of southern Kyushu, is frequently referred to as mystical, enthralling, and even otherworldly. It's a place where words fall short and platitudes take over. The Yakusugi, an old cedar native to the island, whose enormous roots resemble alien tentacles, can be found in some of Japan's few remaining primeval forests. Underneath them, hiking trails crisscross rocky ground that is frequently covered in moss. 5. Hiroshima. Hiroshima today is a forward-thinking city with attractive, leafy boulevards. It's not until you visit the Peace Memorial Museum that the true extent of human tragedy wreaked by the atomic bomb becomes vividly clear. The park around the museum, much of which was designed by Japan's great modernist architect Tange Kenzo, offers many opportunities for reflection, but the city's spirit of determination, as well as its food, will ensure that you'll have good memories to take with you when you leave. 4. Kyoto. More than 1,000 temples can be found in Kyoto, which served as Japan's imperial capital for 1,000 years. Temples are just the beginning. There is also a rich culinary culture such as kaiseki, as well as a culture of tea that can be enjoyed at one of the city's many beautiful tea houses. There are also geishas, famous performers of traditional music and dance. 3. Sapporo. Sapporo's cultural background is distinct from the rest of Japan, owing to its unique history. Every winter, Sapporo receives more snow than any other Asian city, making it a winter wonderland. The annual Sapporo Snow Festival in January attracts visitors from all over the world with its spectacular snow structures and sculptures. In terms of food, Sapporo might just be the global capital of ramen. Ramen is, by far, the most widely consumed foodstuff in the city, and you can get practically any type of ramen that you can think of in this city, aside from a few other unique foods and drinks that you won't be able to find anywhere else in Japan. But perhaps the best thing about Sapporo is the parks and squares neatly lined up in a row, right at the center of the city, that is so truly iconic during cherry blossom season. 2. Tokyo. You probably already knew this was on the list, but a trip to Japan without seeing Tokyo is like eating lobster with no butter. Some would even go so far as to claim that Tokyo feels like an independent country in its own right. You may think of Tokyo as a contemporary metropolis, but there's still a lot of history that remains. You may begin your journey in the historical area of Yanesen, a lovely and relaxing suburb named after the Yanaka, Nezu, and Sendaji districts it encompasses. If you want to shop and party on the side, check out Harajuku, which is known as the epicenter of Japanese fashion and pop culture. If you just want to relax and escape the hustle and bustle, you can visit the city's numerous parks, shrines, temples, and museums that are liberally scattered across town. In a nutshell, Tokyo has it all. It's one of the most interesting cities in the world to visit. 1. Mount Fuji. Without a doubt, Japan's most recognizable landmark, majestic Mount Fuji, Fuji-san, is also the country's highest mountain peak, towering 3,776 meters over an otherwise largely flat landscape to the south and east. This majestic and fabled mountain is tall enough to be seen from Tokyo. Mount Fuji has for centuries been celebrated in art and literature and is now considered so important an icon that UNESCO recognized its world cultural significance in 2013. Part of the Fuji, Hakone Aizu National Park, Mount Fuji is climbed by more than 1 million people each summer as an act of pilgrimage, which culminates in watching the sunrise from its summit. If you appreciate our video, please click the like and subscribe buttons